Hi.
Let me just share my screen.
Don't get angry.
Good, all right. We've got most of the class now, just about. Hello, everybody. How's everyone feeling today? 1st of March, spring. Feeling a bit chirpier? Yeah? Thumbs up? Good. Okay, I have been hitting you with some heavy and hard grammar with tenses for the last 2 weeks, and you've done really well. We're going to, this lesson should feel a bit more familiar. We're going to revise our prepositions and conjunctions, so maybe a little bit easier. But as a result, I want some nice creative thinking and ideas from you. You should hopefully feel a bit more confident in this area. Before we start any of the grammar though, let's get started with a vocab check. Now pay attention because some of these words are similar to each other. So you want to make sure that you've checked all the definitions before you start to pair them. And I would warn you that some of these have literal meanings, but also kind of symbolic or metaphorical meanings as well. So read the definitions carefully. I'll put your timer on and see how many of these 8 you can match up.
Seconds. There's only 2 I don't know. I'm pretty sure the rest I am correct. There's lofty and interior.
Okay, well you can maybe have a guess. You might have heard those words in passing, and you know.
I think I heard interior and lofty. I think I know interior a little bit more then lofty, but that both I don't know.
Well, I'll give you a clue. Interior design is when you design and decorate the inside of a house.
Oh, so watered down or weakened and forced continental value? No, that'll be lofty. Inner or something, but inside. Oh yeah, so it's
Okay.
interior.
Shall we start with number 1? Bewildered. Can someone tell me the definition of bewildered? Haley, your hand shot up. Bewildered. Can you enlighten the class?
Bewildered means perplexed and confused, very puzzled.
Yes,
Very good.
I got correct.
Perplexed and
Can I
confused.
do confined?
Yes, confine. That's the second one. What's confine?
I think it's to restrict someone or something within certain limits of space, scope, or time.
Very good. Yes, to confine something.
I got that one correct. I got the rest, every other one correct. If I got that one correct, I got the rest correct.
Brilliant. These are all from the official 11 plus vocab list. So this is why we're doing them. You are working your way through that list very rapidly. Diluted.
Oh, I know.
Diluted. Who hasn't spoken yet? Who hasn't spoken to me today?
Lots of people haven't spoken yet. 1 billion people haven't spoken.
I know, but I'm looking at who hasn't spoken yet, but looks like they have the look in their eye, like they might know the answer. I'm thinking, David, you have that look? Diluted. No?
Can I say it? Can I just say it?
I know. Can I do nimble?
Yes, okay. Ryan, you can give me diluted, and Dave, you'll give me nimble.
Of imposing height, impressive.
No.
What?
Well, I think you need to think about the other one you were stuck on. And that will give...
It's watered down or made weak in force, continental value.
Exactly. So think about things we dilute. We dilute squash, like orange squash, with water. We water it down. But we can also use this sort of symbolically to suggest that, for instance,
I got the rest correct.
When
I got the rest correct. If I don't got the rest correct, I'm gonna be done. Like,
You're gonna be done. Well, so for instance, to dilute, when our favorite book is made into a film, they might dilute the story a bit. We might use it in more creative ways than just talk about watering down drinks or water. So we use it in that way as well. So watered down or made sort of weaker. Okay, diluted. David, nimble.
I was thinking of a different type of nimble, but I'll try and say the one that's here. Quick and light in movement or action.
Correct. I can tell you're correct.
Thank you, Ryan.
Okay.
You are in fact correct.
Yay, Ryan.
Somebody who's nimble is kind of light on their feet.
Can I do the next one, please? I want to do lofty.
How about okay, you can do lofty, because this is the one we're struggling.
Imposing height, impressive.
Yes, exactly. So we talk about lofty heights, but they don't have to mean physical high buildings or tall mountains. We can also mean sort of high and impressive in terms of a job, or
I'm really high in my job. Yeah.
Or a position in society. So he reached the lofty heights of Premiership football.
What's Premiership football?
Sorry?
What did you just say? Premiership football.
Premiership or Premier League football. So it's the highest league. So you could say you're at the lofty heights, or Wayne Rooney is at the lofty heights.
Can I do interior?
Hang on. Lena, I haven't heard from you yet today.
They would have get it where they would get it correct. Because if they listened to what I said, they would get it correct. Because I would
we will find out, won't we? Lena, interior. Remember that interior design is when we're looking at the inside of a house.
Yeah, you said inside. You basically give away the answer. There's one of these things that says inside, and you basically gave away the answer.
So Lena, you can type it if your microphone's not working.
I think it is the inner part of something, the inside.
Good.
You got it.
Well done. So that's interior, the inner part
I
of
know so
something.
much things. I'm glorifying myself. I'm the vocab ninja.
Shrink.
I know.
Xingjia, shrink.
Become or make smaller in size or amount.
Very good. So that's all the way up.
I'm gonna do it.
And peak. Xingjia, you go again. That's an enthusiastic hand.
The pointed top of a mountain at the highest level maximum.
Very good. So the peak of a mountain, but also you can use this in so many other contexts. We can say the peak of the Olympics is the 1,000 meter sprint, because that's the biggest event that everyone wants to watch. 1,000 meter, 100 meter sprint. Sorry, or the peak of his school career was being made head boy, or it's the highest
of the. If you're a student, the peakest thing you can job you can get is what's the best job you can get? What's the best
Things
job?
like president, scientists.
Oh yes, and the peakest job you can get is president. King of the whole world, king of outer space.
Right.
So the peak is the highest point of something. So we want to say it's the highest point of something, like the peak of Ryan's summer was when he got really good at Fortnite.
Hey, I got really good a long time ago.
Long time ago, sorry. I didn't mean to offend you. Obviously, you reached the peak of your Fortnite career a long time ago, and you are in the lofty height.
Do you know how offensive that is? You're saying I'm in Fortnite. I play as bad as I played this summer. That's super offensive.
All right, so well done, everyone. You did.
I haven't said any more things that are more offensive. I totally haven't said any more things more offensive to you. Totally not the world's in the world's ugliest person magazine, and you're in. I didn't say that.
You did. You said I'd be the cover star on the world's ugliest person magazine. So I think that's a bit more offensive, don't you? So these are the answers. How do we feel with those ones? Those pretty good with that vocab. How much of it was familiar? Thumbs up if a lot of it was familiar. Here if there was a few you didn't know. No? Okay. Well, hopefully there's a few you didn't know. You'll start to recognize them and maybe weave them in. As I said, I always take them from the official 11+ vocab list.
I'm the vocab ninja.
As ever, vocab ninja starting from now. So we'll see if any of
I'm
you.
the best. I got every single one correct. I'm glorifying myself, and I am the vocab ninja.
Okay, now this is for someone, well, this will be really impressive. Before we press on and talk about prepositions and conjunctions, I want you all to show I want you all to show me.
Yeah, you're glitching. You're glitching.
Yeah,
I didn't hear what you
I
said.
know. Sorry.
Yeah, me too.
Sorry.
I can't hear anything.
That's better.
And the screen. Yeah. Now it's
Sorry, everyone. Shaky internet, but I'm back. What I would like is if you can prove that you remember a bit of what we did in the last 2 weeks. So, can I have a sentence? Something that you did in the last week.
Okay, can I go first?
In the past perfect tense. Yes, you can, Ryan. You can go first.
Okay, the past perfect tense is the past, but it's past tense.
Exactly. I'll
give you an example. I got to school, but it already closed.
But you're missing a word, but it
already had closed. It had already closed.
Good example. We've got our had and we've got our closed.
No offense.
Subject had, past participle. Hayley, can you give me a sentence in the past perfect tense, please?
She had met him before the party.
Very good. She had met him before. We could say, or she had met him before the party. Very, very good. David.
She had got to the peak of the mountain, but it had already been but it had already got lots of flags on it.
Oh no! Hey, I'm gonna be the vocab ninja. I'm the peak of the class. I'm the vocab ninja now. No trying to be vocab ninja on my watch.
Boom, boom, boom! Ryan is getting roasted.
Very good. David, can you say that again? Because I think you added one too many words. Think about it and say it once more.
Okay. She got to the peak of the mountain.
Yeah.
Although it had lots of flags on it.
Think about what you said before. You're really, really, really close, but you said.
I'll help you.
No, Ryan. David's got this. David's got this one.
She got to the peak of the mountain. Although it had although it had flags on it already.
Very good.
Vocab ninja.
You don't see anyone annotating. Told you don't see anyone annotating.
I totally see you. I totally see something. What is this? What is this?
That's odd. Sorry, it's changed. Hey. You know what that means. I've switched off your right.
I have bad eyes. I can look at everything.
Okay, that was excellent. You guys have the past perfect down. They were brilliant examples. It shows that you understand that we have the simple past and that we can go even further back and show that it happened even earlier with our.
Can I do one more example?
No, because we've moved on now. We've moved on now to the present.
Ninja.
You know David's vocab ninja.
No, I did the vocab ninja twice. So I'm the vocab ninja. They didn't want.
Okay, you can both be vocab ninjas, but it's the present perfect now. Who haven't I heard from yet? Leo, I've shown you on the board, the screen that I'm sharing, how we build up the present perfect tense. This is the one we worked on last week. Could you come up with a sentence that shows me this formulation? So, something you have done, something you have eaten, something you have read. We need to have that has or the has, that the have or the has, and that past participle form. Any sentence. Can you have a think and share one with us, please?
If Leo can't think of one, can I do it?
I'll come back.
I have no idea.
Okay.
You have no idea. Leo, I'm going to come. Oh, Ryan. Leo, I'm going to come back to you. Haley had her hand up. Haley, please, can you give us a sentence in the present perfect tense, please?
She has lived here all her life.
Wonderful. She has lived here all her life. Brilliant. And we can see, can't we? We have the has, we have the lived, which is the past participle form. Brilliant. So we've got our subject, have, has, lived. Yes, right.
I remember this from once. It said she and they both have known each other their whole lives.
Yeah.
It's something like that.
Yeah, you're so close. Just say it. Say it again with confidence.
They both have
Yep.
known each other.
Yeah.
For life. Yeah, I'm the best. I'm the best. I'm the best.
You need both. They have known each other their whole lives.
And I give another one example, really quick.
You can after David, who's going to give me another example now.
Before I carry on, I want to say something about Ryan.
I'm going to put a pin on that, okay?
Positive.
Because right now, what I'd like, David, is a sentence from you in the present perfect tense.
Then can I do the thing?
Present perfect. Come on.
Fine.
Good.
This notebook has been here for the whole summer. I don't know.
Yes. Yes. You are a natural. This notebook has been here for the whole summer. And you may say something to Ryan if it's nice.
It's something about the truth that Ryan may not like. It might be offensive.
Then I'm going to say no.
Okay.
And I'm going to move on.
Okay.
And I think we need to hear some more examples. Instead of little personal things.
It's something about him boasting.
Is he a bit... You hear that, Ryan? Something about your boasting. Jingjia, please could you think of a sentence for me? I want to be confident that we're all happy with this before we move on.
The cars have crashed before.
Yes, well done. Well done, guys. Also, I know it's really hard to think of a sentence completely at random. So it's just sort of where to start. So you're doing really well. The cars have crashed before. Again, we've got
question. Glorifying and boasting the same thing, or are they different? The taking the same, or they are not. Are they?
Well, you typically glorify something else whilst boast about your own achievements. So
but
exactly. So look, we've got our
totally didn't know.
Subject, the cars have crashed. Okay, perfect. Present perfect tense. Leo, have you thought of one now?
Yes, I have.
Perfect.
It is, I have lived in London for 9 years.
Wonderful. I have lived in London for 9 years.
That's a true fact about me. It's true. So that's the easiest to choose.
Before
Yes,
Ryan came and ruined your life.
Well, you've lived in London longer than me, and that is a perfect example of the present perfect tense. I have lived in London for 9 years. Brilliant. Who hasn't got it? Jasper, could you give me an example in this form? Something you have done.
I had played outside, like in the garden, every night for 1 year.
I have, because we're on the present perfect, I have played outside every night for a year. Very good. So we have our subject, I, we have, and we have played, with that ending that shows us that it's in this form, that past participle. Lovely, really, really good example. Shall we circle back to you, Hayley, because you've had your hand up for ages, waiting patiently.
My other sentence is, I have worked here since I graduated school.
Very good. I have worked here since I graduated from school. Very, very good. Brilliant. You all completely get it. And I'm really, really pleased with that. Great work, everyone. So a little revision topic, really, because I know you're pretty good at these. Throw me some conjunctions and prepositions. Any that you can think of. Hands up. And you can give me up to 3 at a time. Okay? So, David.
I'm not. Actually, it is firstly, secondly, lastly.
Yes.
Firstly, Ryan likes. Secondly, Ryan likes to play Fortnite.
Why is it about me? I knew.
Because you have your mic unmuted the most.
Oh, we are getting some shade thrown around here. Let's move on. Ryan, what prepositions or conjunctions can you share with the group?
Thirdly, fourthly, fifthly. Eighthly, ninthly, tenthly.
Touche. That does work. What I'm going to do instead is just do a dot dot dot. Okay. Hayley, what do you have for me?
My conjunction is and, because, and but, and the prepositions are inside, outside, and above.
Very, very good. Good work, guys. Chingjia?
My conjunctions are whilst, meanwhile, and so.
Very good. Well done. All right. Brilliant work. We know these. We know our conjunctions. We know our prepositions. Sometimes something can be kind of both. We know how to use them. So
I'm
let's
the best. I'm so good. I know everything.
Uh-huh.
Not boasting. Glorifying. Not
But
glorifying or
Ryan likes
boasting.
to do what he just did. Secondly, Ryan is smiling. Thirdly, Ryan has pictures behind him.
Beautiful example of prepositions from David just then. Thank you very much. Now let's move on to actually using these in exercises and bits of writing. So you guys know the drill. Work through these. The first one, I just want you to pick out and identify the prepositions. So just write them down on a bit of paper in front of you. The second exercise, I want you to just rewrite the sentences by changing the preposition and just think about how the meaning of the sentence could change. And the third one, as you'll see from the instructions, I want you to write a sentence for each hiding place that you could find for a football, or just say a tennis ball maybe, in this garage. And this is about making you use all those different prepositions. So there's nothing too tricky here. I think you should get through this really nice and speedily. So I'm gonna put the timer on and just see how far you guys can get. Okay, Hayley, that's a hand.
It was from last time.
It was from last time. Okay. Any other questions? Yeah.
I have a prediction. This is not a question, but I have a prediction that I'm going to make it finish number 2, but not be able to do number 3.
Okay. Well, at least you know the clock's ticking, and that makes us work faster. So you know I love my timers. So off you go.
Hey, you forgot to turn off annotation. Yeah, press the annotation thing again. I think you forgot that. No.
No, I definitely didn't forget. Definitely didn't forget. I don't think annotation is allowed right now. I think you've got 3 minutes to get through as much work as you can.
Actually, I have one more question. Do I have to, if there are like 2 prepositions, they're the same thing, do I have to write them twice, or do I just don't write them? Do I just write one?
Sorry, say that again.
If there are two things, prepositions, and there are 2 of the same prepositions, and in the number 1.
Oh, write them
one,
again.
or
Just write them again so you can spot just how many there are. Yes, Hayley?
Did you forget to underline after or to? Because you didn't really underline any words for 2, 3.
Oh, yes, you can underline, you can change any of the prepositions. Because that one has more than one preposition you can change, so it's up to you.
Maybe you can give us annotations so we can underline it.
Oh, because then all of you get the answers without having to do them yourselves. That's
Oh,
why.
come on. I can only do one. I'm trying to do 2. I have 10 seconds to do 2.
Okay, all right. With the time running low, the magic timer fairy is going to come and give you another 3 minutes. Okay.
Molly coddling the teacher, said Ryan.
So there you go. Because working.
I have a question. On number 2, can it be like fiction, not real?
Yes, as long as it makes sense.
I walked under the bridge.
Yeah, you can walk under a bridge, so yeah, that's fine.
Mike's dad drove behind the lorry, above the lorry. I mean.
Yeah, as long as it makes grammatical sense, that's fine. You can change it to whatever you like.
Okay.
So now it's 2 minutes, so hopefully you can all work through all of those.
Oh yeah, on number 3, number 2, number 3. Do we have to do all of the prepositions, or can we just do one?
Try and vary your prepositions.
So do as much as we can.
So change prepositions each sentence if you can.
So do more than one sentence and do a different word.
So a different preposition each time. Yeah.
Okay.
Right. 1 minute and a half to go. Let's see how much you can do.
Magic time fairy says if you work hard, it will give you another 9 minutes and then whatever you want.
Oh, the magic time fairy is not that generous, David. If only.
I have a question. If there's a magic time fairy, is there a magic other fairy things?
I don't know. The magic time fairy doesn't know other magical beings. She works alone, so it's hard to say.
I know what it looks
But
like.
magic in the lesson fairy, does that exist?
The lesson fairy. Oh, the lesson fairy. The lesson fairy definitely exists.
The magic
There's annotation fairy.
Annotation fairy. I think so, because sometimes these strange annotations appear on my screen, even though I haven't done them. So it must be the annotation fairy, because I don't know who else.
Maybe the annotation fairy will give me annotation. Oh, cool, you just wasted all my time.
Okay, right.
I know what the magic fairy looks like. It looks like a black pointy thing with white overline it.
So the annotations are on. So if you'd all like to start underlining, then you can go ahead with number 1. Okay.
This is the magic think fairy that clicks on the YouTube button.
Oh dear. So we've got in his heart.
I gotta delete that.
In his
My
heart.
computer doesn't have annotation on it.
Okay, Leo. Well, we're going to move on then. We're going to do question 2. I'd love to hear people's rewritten sentences. Leo, could you start? What did you change this first one to?
Mike's dad drove in front of the lorry.
In front of the lorry. Very good. It makes sense. He would have the lorry would have be going slowly, and he would have swerved in front of it. Very good.
Can I tell you my number? Number 2, number 1. My dad drove.
You can tell us number 2.
Okay, I walked under the bridge. Actually, I'll give you a different one. I'm gonna change walk this one, even though it's not a preposition. I sprinted over the old ancient bridge with broken legs.
Wait, what?
Whew, that doesn't sound like sensible behaviour, but very good sentence. Well done. What about the third one? Sunil got to the party after Bina. How did we change this one? Hayley?
Sunil got to the party before Bina.
Before Bina. Okay, very good. And number 3, how many places could you hide a ball in this garage? Who can give me a sentence for this one? Chingjia?
Between the ladder.
Between the ladder. Yeah, you can hide a ball between the ladder steps, I guess we could say. Yeah. Lena, what did you get for this last question, this third one? One of your sentences.
The annotation is very exciting. And how do you?
No.
Not sure. David, do you want to give me one?
Where is that? Okay. You can hide it inside the red box with all of Ryan's achievements, rewards that he likes to go around with.
Me.
I don't know. They can go around boasting, even to the mayor.
Okay, so you can hide the ball in Ryan's red box of achievements. Okay. That was not a sentence I was expecting, but it is a correct use of prepositions. Okay, Hayley.
So for 3, I got the stuff was inside the shelves, and the ladder was leaning against the shelf.
Yes, yeah, that's brilliant. That very good use of prepositions. Chingjia, did you want to give us one more before we move on?
You could hide the ball beside the sort of colouring pencils.
Besides the colouring pencils. Excellent, well done. Okay, so we are pretty confident with this. Means that we can go on to our last, slightly more exciting task. Okay, so you have all just found a treasure map, and you've been using it to stalk your way across an island.
How do we not know if it's fake?
Because you
You
managed to find the treasure with it. So you found it.
So you found the treasure?
Yeah, so you've all found the treasure.
And
You're all
what?
on different islands.
And what do we have to do?
So I want you to write a little short descriptive passage which tells me about your journey following this map. Okay? So I want you to describe your journey following this treasure map to find your treasure. Okay? But it shouldn't be too easy. Okay? It should lead you in quite a complicated route. Maybe you had to face some dangers along the way. David?
Ryan, what's your dad's name?
David, that's not relevant.
And
That's-
none of your
It'll be
business.
fine.
None of your business. That is none of your business.
It'll be fine.
Uh,
Of course, I'm gonna tell you one thing. You're gonna see, so like, I'm gonna boost my way to kill a dragon or something. I bet you.
No.
Okay, instead of shatter, what I want to hear is your adventures across following this map, finding your treasure. Okay, so everyone now, working quietly, start writing your piece. We have 10 minutes to work on this. Okay? 10 minutes from now.
You haven't started the timer yet, though.
The timer is not a 10-minute timer, it's 3 minutes. So I'd have to play
So
it.
do it 3 times and then do it, make it so it's 1 minute. Then you just stop it and say you're finished.
If it's helpful for you, I can do that. That's fine. I can see how it's helpful to know how much time.
Bonjour. Hello.
Yes, David?
What type of person does it have to be? Or well, what I mean by they could be a first person, third person, or something like that.
First person, please.
Okay. Like yeah.
And what is
Good
first person? I forgot.
The first person is you're saying, I did this. I
Oh.
went on an adventure and I did this. Hayley?
We have to share.
Do we have to share at the end?
Yeah.
No, you don't have to. No, you can share, but just with me.
Oh yeah, but guys, I'm not gonna write it in chat because I'm not good at writing in chat. I'm just gonna say it to you after I finish writing it. Okay.
Yeah, that's a good way. Sometimes people write things in chat and then they lose it because and then they've lost their work because the chat box can disappear. So yeah, that's probably a good idea. For something a little bit longer, it's nice to write it down. Okay, 4 minutes to go. Okay, this is where I add your extra minute. Okay, so now the clock is showing you how much time you really do have left. Just under 2 minutes to finish up. Hayley?
Are we going to be doing a quiz?
There's a quiz for homework. But we might have just enough time for a quick quiz in the lesson, because I think it's fun when you can all play against each other. Okay, yeah, do you know what? We've got just enough time for a really quick quiz. Yes, David?
I really want to read mine.
Okay, we've got just enough time. Now our time's up. We've got just enough time to quickly read, but we can't have too much chatter or we won't have time for a quiz as well. Okay? And off you go, David.
I did it. Fighting boasting monsters and yada yada. I'll tell you what happened. I was fishing, blah, blah, blah. My hook caught a treasure map, blah, blah, blah. I got a yacht, blah, blah, blah. Sailed the 7 seas, blah, blah, blah. Mare monster, not so blah, blah, blah. Cool right oast, ooh, ah, ah. Proves I can boast better than the totally unknown gender, wink, wink. And now I'm here. Are we there yet? Chanted the children. Brr.
Brilliant. I think you've got a very distinctive and fun writing voice, and you certainly delivered an adventure.
And practically tried to roast me.
And certainly tried to roast Ryan a little bit in there too. but you managed, you also correct, you show distance and time passing, and yeah, very,
And
very.
then you try to add a sidekick, roast, faithful sidekick, blah blah blah.
Faithful
Rhinos.
blah, blah, blah. It does add, it adds character. It adds character to your story. Any other volunteers, or shall we move on? Ryan, do you want to read yours? Yeah.
I found a map, an old map. I have found the treasure map, and I will tell you. I have found the treasure, and I'll tell you the obstacles I faced trying to get the treasure, and a lot of other stuff. There is one animal guarding the island. It is a really dangerous animal. It is the infamous water dragon. To kill the water dragon, you have to make a weapon that can make dragons sleep. Like a gun, a dart, with sleep. So people like cops here in brackets I wrote that cops have weapons that make people criminals sleep when you shoot them. Okay. But then ending brackets full stop. When the dragon is asleep, you can go into the island, but be very careful not to set off any of the traps. Then you can go freely into the cavern where the cave where the treasure is, and get all the money and get rich just like Ryan is.
Very, very, very good. Very colourful. Lots of descriptive detail. A good passage. Well done. All right. Okay. I think, how are we doing for time? I think we don't have quite enough time to do.
We don't have any time. We legit have like 1 minute or something.
But I do have a quiz I'm going to set you for homework. Yes, Hayley?
Can you tell us the code now, or are you going to send it to our parents?
I can give you, which is better?
Now, because I can do it after the lesson.
No problem. Okay, to send you the code, I'm just going to stop my screen share. Okay.
Let's play. Give rhymes and alliteration names to other people.
Oh, come on, you spent the whole lesson roasting me more. You roasted me more than you did the homework and the work.
I actually didn't even write one. I just thought of them. Like, roasting, boasting, Ryan.
Okay, everyone. I'm going to send you a link, and I will send you the code as well.
Toasting. 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 No sting.
David, that's enough. Okay, there's your code. There is your
089603880.
is link.
My victory dance really quick. I'm going to do one every lesson. Okay.
Wait,
Oh
what?
my goodness.
No, I'm gonna do your
everybody.
part that, the victory dance.
Oh my lord. Okay, on that delightful note, I'm going to leave you all to your evenings. Victory dance, because we've reached the end of the lesson. Well done. Really impressed with how well you've retained your knowledge of the tenses. That was tough, and you did really well with that. So very pleased with all of you. I will see you next week. Good luck with the quiz. I always log on to see how you're doing. Bye.
Bye. Thank you for the lesson.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.